Hello and welcome back to final round coverage from the 2024 United States Disc Golf Championship presented by Innova. Things are heating up. Gannon, Buhr, Anthony Barela not playing the hottest golf, and I think I said this yesterday. The Chasers, Calvin Heimberg specifically, on fire. You're watching JomezPro, Nate Sexton, Jerm, Koling.
Gannon's playing hot. He just came off a bogey on 9, but yeah, Anthony Barela opening the door for Gannon to kind of walk away a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Gannon Buhr put together 6 of the first 8.
You're right.
You know, only 2 missed putts in that front 9.
It just looks cold because of Calvin.
Yeah.
The 5 down and the 10 down.
Yikes.
But of course, Calvin is up the course a couple holes. But that is absolutely fair. Gannon is not playing that slow.
I want to see if there's a score on the leaderboard here that I want to point out. I don't know if it's going to show up here, but through 8 holes,
You're going to say Gavin Rathbun, right?
Gavin Rathbun, 1 over par.
I saw this on the scoring. I could not believe it.
Gavin Rathbun, folks, 1 over par through 8 holes. What does he finish? He finishes 10 under par. In the next 10 holes, he goes 11 under par, including a birdie on 9, eagle on 10, and just birdies the rest of them.
down, back 9.
Is that real?
A 10 down, back 9.
Unreal round
we
for
have
Gavin
to mention
Rathbun.
that. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a big time shot right here. Par 4, they're going to cross over OB the entire way.
Wow.
Ricky pulls it
Over the tennis.
stable. Can it get back to the
Oh,
safe
yeah.
line? Good
It's
shot. Yeah.
gorgeous.
Great shot.
It's amazing how soft he has to throw to get nearly 500 feet. Just give it some height, a little bit of turn. That's enough.
I'm finding that more amazing than ever with these top throwers. It's like we can see Ricky yank one way over right as Gannon looks to be coming in absolutely perfect.
Oh, Jesus, is gorgeous. Slow down, actually. Slow down.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
He's been dancing on that.
I just feel like Ricky goes way right. It's still safe. And then I'm seeing other guys like barely flip it and some green flag. Like everyone's just throwing it so hard that they're getting down there almost any line.
This guy, I don't think has missed this hole yet. And it doesn't look like he's trying to do it today.
Wow.
That's going to be
shot.
8 under if he makes that for 4 rounds for Väinö.
His control is top notch right now. It's so good.
You take 2 under a round at this course, you make the cash.
Yeah.
And he's 8 under on this hole.
That's incredible.
Oh, he's soon to be.
And yeah, right.
And so is Anthony
So is
Barela.
Anthony Barela.
Yeah, that's
16 under between the two.
That's incredible. That is just a shot in the arm for your scorecard. It's incredible to think.
Okay. Opportunity. Oh, about to say the opportunity for the Galaxy frame or the Universal frame, the All-Star, all Eagles. But Gannon just misses high. Can Ricky take advantage? Yes.
Left side catch. Nice putt.
Yeah, Ricky playing well the last 4 holes. 4 under through 4. Bad bogey on 9 for these guys. Big time.
Väinö with the really unfortunate tee shot, just catching a little tiny outer piece of the tree off the tee on 9 and then hitting the box and rolling back OB. Wasn't the shot he was looking for, but still nearly got away with it.
So I think moving forward, these guys, we see Gannon, he's about to go to 32. If you can stay within 2 going into 16, 17, and 18, that's the spot. You need to be within 2. Whoever takes the lead or however it shapes out, be within 2. This guy's trying to get there. He's trying to set the pace, get in the clubhouse before these guys.
This is the one he's got to get past. This is the one that really hurt him back in round 2.
This is going to be perfect.
Oh, Lean.
Backwards.
How you doing?
How often do you see a disc roll backwards on 12?
Is he
Yep.
12 through 13?
Yeah.
11 through 13?
12.
12.
2 pars,
12
2
to
pars
13.
and an eagle.
Oh my goodness. What is he, guys? My fumble lips and stuff.
He's 11 through 12
Okay.
Isaac Robinson.
after that putt drops.
That's crazy.
This approach is looking nice.
Yeah, I think obviously it's always critical to stay close, like you're saying, staying within 2.
Yes, sir.
But how important is it at Winthrop that the guy you're chasing feels like he might need to birdie 17?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's critical.
Yeah.
Because 17, the green is huge if you can play it to
Yeah.
the right. And if you give somebody enough freedom at the level we're seeing from these guys, you just have a hard time believing you're going to see that
Right.
green missed. If they feel like they need a birdie, now 8 is on the table, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a
because
good
you can
point,
miss
yeah.
that green a couple times.
Bigger. Sexier.
Barrier.
So many berries. Hole 11, the fun craziness of the hazard mania. Left, right, left, right. First star frame of the day, by the way. Congratulations to our card. And you have got to pick your spots here, because if you're a little bit off, a little short, a little left, a little right, you're going to find hazard yellow rope. And that's just the way it is on here on hole 11. Pick your spots, commit. The hole isn't that difficult because they give you the distance with the hazard. You just don't want to take the unnecessary penalty stroke. And Rick's got the perfect distance. And that'll set up just inside 300 feet for the approach for Rick, in the perfect spot for how he likes to throw his forehand approaches.
Väinö looks a little nose up to me. Does it have that I mean, you know what? This guy, I've never seen him throw this far. I've seen him on plenty of coverages, and I think this is the farthest he's throwing in the last few years. What do you guys think?
I agree.
No way. Immediate out of bounds from Barela. Immediate out of bounds. Like,
Oh my gosh.
bogey best case.
What just happened?
Total grip lock.
I heard some noise in the background. I don't know if that was distracting him. It seemed like he turned around and acknowledged it, but that shouldn't have caused that.
No.
That was just a grip lock. Unbelievable. And Gannon gets the distance right. Right there with Ricky. Right there with Väinö.
Anthony needs to be smart here. It's bogey at absolute best.
Yep. Now, there was a story yesterday of him blowing out his finger, and grip locks like that at this stage, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I have no clue.
Who knows?
But I've never seen that on a lead card like this.
That was shocking.
Rick's not going to miss that up and down like ever in his career. No. That's just as simple as it gets.
That basket's lucky it didn't catch a little piece of that
A little bit,
putter.
yeah. A little bit lucky, yeah. This appears to be heading to the good place.
Yeah.
It's a good
Okay.
Band-Aid.
Yes, it is.
That's the worst shot I've ever seen on a lead card coverage.
And
Of a
just the worst
major.
time for it, too, when you're
It's a-
still trying
I
to
mean,
catch him.
I can't argue with you too much. It's a wide open hole.
Yeah.
Distance, even if you go hazard with distance, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's like it's a shot so bad you don't even imagine that it could
Possibly
that it could happen.
Yeah. Väinö, you know what? Väinö? Not good. I was just going to think he was going to park that, and I was going to say he's playing well, but
That was a surprising miss.
that's
Yeah.
gonna, or this is gonna hurt unless he can make this for par. Because now it erases the eagle that he had. It's sandwiched
right.
in between two bogeys.
Such a good drive too. I mean, that you're like Jerm said, that's under 300 to the basket. Just left it so short.
It's a good bogey. If there is such a thing.
He's going to tie Väinö on the hole. Not that that really matters to him, but that's just kind of how disc golf works. It's kind of crazy.
And Buhr's gonna go up by
4, yeah. It doesn't end things by any means,
No.
but it is a very comfortable position for Gannon to be in and a very uncomfortable position for AB to find himself in with just 7 holes remaining. Heimberg. Goodness. Just storming up there. Incredible.
Hole 12, par 4, 901, going downhill from the Coliseum. You've got this out of bounds circle of rocks here that keeps you honest. Make sure you either lay up or go. There's not really any in-between play anymore. After that, you're trying to get up here over the OB to the green. Remember, this one is stroke and distance, so any out of bounds is limited to rethrow from previous lie or drop zone, which lies about 360 feet from the basket.
Ricky trying to get a little turn. And,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it's turning.
That is big. I mean, anything that you see getting past the drop zone A and back up the hill B is well over 500.
Yeah, if you can see it landing from the tee, it's a rocket ship.
Gannon keeping it low.
This is in danger.
Yeah, skips.
No, it takes a huge skip.
Skips
though.
over the whole entire hazard.
Is that what did that skip off of? Just grass?
I think maybe the sidewalk.
I'm really interested to see
I
here.
think it skipped off the sidewalk, guys.
Because I was worried this was heading right into that OB circle.
Look at he catches.
No,
oh, no, he doesn't.
Just
He
ground.
Just monster skip.
If he hits any farther, that's hazard.
Yeah, the grass is so thick in there.
Very-
Good power though.
Yeah.
He's pretty far, but is this a time where he needs to think par? Is it that time yet where
Väinö?
this
For
no
Gannon?
Gannon?
Oh,
I mean, it's a
Gannon.
hole where we've seen
On this hole,
Streams
I
get-
don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
But I think from where now that he has that drive,
It's hard to play it for par from
yeah,
that.
you almost have to roll the dice. I could see it. I wouldn't have hated it at all off the tee though,
Oh, boy, guys.
just because stroke and distance is
Oh, boy.
dangerous. This is so huge.
where Ricky's is. How about 80 past him?
Yeah, like watch out for the sidewalk.
There are houses across the street, Anthony. You got to be careful. I mean, goodness. This is longer than the one we saw 2 days ago.
Yeah, I still am so impressed with this shot.
I mean, what do you do as a cameraman? Like, where do you even stand? Where is the position where you don't get turned around like that?
Yeah, at this point we're like, yeah, you got turned around. Who cares? Like, everybody
Yeah.
gets turned around. I just
Nowadays.
Väinö going. No, laying
No,
up. I like that.
Yeah, well he went Spikeiser off the tee.
Yeah.
He's,
I like that play.
yeah, he goes the same disc. Once
Especially
again.
after the bogey, eagle bogey, you're in a position where you're like, man, I could go for birdie here.
Okay, critical shot
Yeah.
here.
About to say the same thing. This is
Can you-
get in bounds, and this is huge
Yes,
relief.
and it's nicely done too. Just right out there at the edge of the circle, safe side of the green.
Ricky going really spiky on this one.
Yeah,
done.
just getting over. It's a little scary going that high with that much angle. I mean, no one's been able to see the base of the basket.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You might be able to see the flagstick, maybe some chains if you get really far, but he can see the entire basket.
And the hole's pretty much over.
That is unreal drive.
Very nice. I like leaving it short here, especially when you play the layup game.
Gannon to take another birdie. No, and watch out. Okay. Not too far, but still a little gut check time there. Oh. AB parked for the birdie. Gannon can't afford to miss this one. Clean up for par.
Yeah.
Center. So good.
All right. Maybe back in the mix. 4, tough. 3, sure.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
4 doesn't seem reasonable, but
No,
3
yeah.
seems very possible. Especially with hole 13 coming up. I mean, that is a huge bonus birdie. And 14 is one of the quickest birdie bogey type holes on the course. I mean, you could throw the backhand, skip off the sidewalk. You could throw the forehand, roll down the hill. I mean, there's 2-stroke swings that can be gained and lost on that hole instantly.
I think it's just gone. Calvin slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a bogey on
I think
13?
it was a bogey on 13 and a birdie on 14.
Well, this is when you can do it on 818 feet over the hill. You see a lot of flex shots. Hyzer play as well. Get it into here, and then you get about 400 to 300 into the pin. This green is well guarded. You get to the left of the pin, and you're not going to have very many options if you're pin high because of those 2 trees right there. So, really tricky shot. Well, really tricky hole. At this point, if you're Anthony, you got to get the rest of them. When you have a guy in Gannon who is playing so well, he's missing putts, and that's the only way you can get him. And then you look at his scorecard, and he's got all the birdies anyway.
Yeah.
You can't imagine that he's just going to go over down the stretch.
You have to apply pressure.
You have to apply pressure. You have to get him because you got to think he's going to get a couple more with the way that he's throwing.
No doubt. And this looks good from
Yeah,
Gannon.
really good turn.
That signature flex line keeps it out of the trees.
Maybe a bit of a hyzer flip to late turn on the second shot. Ricky's sticking with the big hyzer play. That gets him into the middle, but significantly short of where you'd like to be for the best distance to approach the green. We've seen this guy just annihilate this hole. He's just been playing it absolutely perfect. Yeah, once again, Väinö has just figured something out here on 13.
Wow.
It's incredible. That's a perfect position for what he wants to do on his next shot. Whoa, big shot for Rick.
Wow,
Whoa.
slow down. Slow down.
Yeah, pump the brakes.
Oh my goodness. Long and 2 with a short drive. That's insane.
That's such a hard shot to throw because the turn has to be at like 380, right?
Yeah, or else you're messing with those OB cedars.
I think he was
Exactly.
460 to the pin.
That makes a lot of sense.
And this
This is not it. Oh, it kind of spits through.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of lucky putt up there. A lot better result than I expected. Drifting right, starting to swing.
this season, and it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Great shot.
Wow.
Just the control of this kid. I mean, other than 9, he's thrown the disc, what I would say would as perfect as you could throw it in Winthrop. He's had a putt on every hole.
Yeah.
What, 9, he went 30 deep, but the green's 15 by 15, you know?
It's hard to catch that man.
This is huge, honestly. You can try to find a way.
Wow. Yeah.
Good effort.
And willed it as much as he could from that position. That's a 0 out of 100 make, and he almost made it. What a impressive highlight birdie for Rick. That approach shot, that distance, that angle.
And after the slow start, he's kind of ripping now.
I'm finding myself thinking about 2 years ago when a 17-year-old Gannon became U.S. champion, and the final round he put together that I still believe is maybe the greatest putting performance there's ever been in a major final round. This was the hole that got him. This was his one blemish. I think he took a double bogey here.
Double bogey.
Still shot like 12 or
52.
something ridiculous.
After double bogey in this hole, he stepped up on 14 and made a 50-foot death putt.
He made every putt, essentially, that whole day. But this was the hole. This was the one that kind of got in his way. And now he steps up and makes birdie here in 2024.
I think he was 4 inches shorter then, too. I mean, he's still growing. He's 19.
Hole 14, 413 feet, slightly downhill. Right side of the sidewalk is all safe, and then you have this little area of mow where the green is. Everything else on that left side is hazard area, so you see people go big high highs or really overstable discs trying to get it to dig. You also see power forehand here, but like Jerm said, one little quick flip away from bogey, and there's a little headwind blowing.
Is this power, or is it going to be right side? Oh,
It's the
yeah, it has the
sit.
power.
Yes.
A little too much, if anything.
I like it. I'll take it. Little headwind.
Okay.
Now, if I'm his competitor, I like him landing there.
Sure.
I do.
It
I
opens.
want him to be in a position where it's kind of like, I kind of want to lay it up, but I'm so good at putting, I need to run it, you know?
Sure. Yeah, you want to put, you need him a little uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yep. Fino. Just
Happens every time. It's just that
really good.
great width, great angle, great result. Great opportunity for Anthony to put some pressure on our leader.
Oh,
And
no.
this is not what he wanted. This is just going to be
Oh.
deep in the hazard.
That's that quick flip I'm thinking of. A little bit of
yeah.
headwind. As soon as that twists out of his hand, it's over.
Wow. And he'll be up first to try to save the par. He made a huge putt on this hole, round one.
This is 100 feet.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it plays like it.
I mean, Anthony Barela
Oh,
Great
has
effort.
has played a fantastic week of golf. 9 under, 9 under, 9 under. But how many times already today have we said, great opportunity for Anthony?
Yeah.
Put a little pressure.
he
and he
puts
hasn't been able to do it very many times.
By my count, four
Right,
times.
yeah.
Four
And if-
times, yeah.
And if he puts that on the green, Gannon runs that putt, and that's what you want.
Sure.
You know, he puts that on the green, Gannon then runs it, and you want him to bring two extra strokes into play.
Yeah.
But now he just lays it up. He gets one on you.
We just haven't seen Anthony take advantage of the mistakes of Burr so
Yeah.
far today.
There's been three missed
There's not
putts,
been
or
that many
four
mistakes.
now. Four
Yes.
missed putts in hole 9.
Yes.
4 missed putts in hole 9. Other than that,
The thing is, though,
Perfect.
every time that the situation has happened, it's been Gannon giving the door, leaving the door open
Yeah.
for him. It's not
acting
like
first.
yeah.
first. So that way the opportunity was there for AB. And perhaps if Anthony were throwing first, maybe that pressure's not there. Maybe he executes. But that's not the way it's been playing out so far today. So the lead is 4 over Calvin, who is a hole ahead of them. That is a very comfortable margin going into the final 4. If you can make the mandatory here on 15, you just have a few more inbound shots to throw, and there's not much the other guys can do.
Yeah, Calvin not getting this hole is pretty surprising. When you're on fire, this gap looks big.
Spooky green.
Yeah, scary.
It's the perfect Halloween green. They filmed an episode of Sleeping Hollow here. That's not true.
Can Ricky keep the hot streak going? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Does it cross the sidewalk? Not quite.
Yeah, but
I mean,
It's like a jump putt. It's a jump putt plus from there. Like he's not going to have to do much. Pretty high.
That's money.
Gets through and it's racing.
That's
Where's the skip? Weak
Dump.
skip.
Might be a little tricky with the forehand flex now without getting the big skip that it looked like it was going to get.
For Gannon Buhr now, it's obvious what he needs to do.
heavy again. Is it going to get past it? No.
Oh, another great break. If that gets swallowed up, it can be a little awkward getting out of there. And I think now he's maybe even got a play to get around the corner for a look for birdie.
Another opportunity. This time,
Yes.
AB goes through it.
Yes.
And that's not to say that Anthony hasn't taken advantage of a couple opportunities. Gannon did miss the eagle putt back on 10.
Sure.
Where AB did make his.
Just not enough.
Exactly.
I mean, we're talking like this guy's just making mistakes. He's not making. He's made. There's one blemish on the card.
Yeah.
And it's on a really tight green. Other than
Yeah.
that, he's thrown. I'm telling you, he's thrown the disc dang near perfect.
Yep.
Like he's aiming. This guy makes 40 footers in his sleeps, and that's all that he's missed today.
Just not keeping up with his 9 under pace. So it looks, I don't know, it
Yeah,
looks,
that's an ugly scorecard.
right now it kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, that's not USDGC winning quality right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
4 bogeys, but that eagle helped. Couple green.
And the birdie here on 9 will help. I mean, on 15 will help. Ricky with one of the best drives you'll ever see on 15. It's going to keep that hot streak alive. Oh, my goodness. Trying to slam the door shut. That's a putt you got. Most people have to be generally careful with because you can find yourself with a very tricky 15-footer. Good birdie for Väinö. Maybe he might have one of those right now.
Yeah, I mean, even par last 9 holes, that's not going to do the trick.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter how you get to even. It could be colorful or it
Yeah.
could be all gray. You're losing ground on the lead card at every tournament
Ever.
in the Disc Golf Pro Tour season. You cannot have 9 holes of even par golf in the final day.
Unless
Give
you're
it to me at
Gavin
Northwood Black.
Rathbun.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Sure. As long as you follow it up with just the hottest finish we've ever seen.
And Isaac Robinson currently up there in 4th place. The guy who just brings it at majors. The major bringer. Hole
Just
six-
consistent, yeah.
Yeah, he just throws it down the fairway, doesn't make many mistakes, makes most of his putts. That's a recipe for success. 3 holes to go, guys.
391 as straight as you can make it. Ricky
Needs to avoid the right kick. Needs to avoid the trees.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That
Sweet.
hangs on barely.
And we saw AB similar shot a couple days ago that kind of slid out. No.
Ooh, this could be bad.
Good tree.
It was very good, solid hit. It looked like it might boost outright.
That's the first miss we've seen from Väinö on this hole. Very consistent so far.
Stays in bounds.
Yep.
Makeable putt.
Must make. Doesn't matter where this goes. Gotta make it.
Certainly.
You miss that, it's over. Kind of like it. Throw it
Yeah.
into the dirt.
Yep.
Don't bring the hazard into play. Well done. Gotta
Yes.
see it. Gotta see.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. on the
Big
strike.
pressure putt.
Yep. But Gannon's closer. I thought it would have been the opposite.
No, I think Gannon might be as close as edge of circle.
Okay.
But this is as small as this is, making that is still applying pressure. It's
Yes.
just you never know what that other guy's thinking, how that other guy's feeling. And there you go.
go.
Got one
okay.
out of the deal.
That's huge.
Many players have walked to hole 17, the final round of the U.S. Championship, with a pretty comfortable lead, and left without that comfortable lead anymore.
Man, Ricky's 8 down through 9 holes. Let's not forget that he's scorching it back here.
Just one back of Anthony Barela. That's pretty remarkable.
I actually forgot. I'm so glad you said something because that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we're not giving that enough credit.
Yeah.
Obviously we're watching the race at the very top of the
Yes.
tournament, but hats off, Ricky Wysocki charging after a really slow start.
Calvin,
Whoa! How do you
What
do
a
that?
shot.
how do you do backspin
I think
on
he
17?
I think he hit the bails on the way in, reversed the spin on it.
Well, that was cool. Been stalled out at 30 under for the last 4 holes. Gets back on track, gets to 31 now, and that puts him in solo second place with an opportunity to get to 32 on the final hole. But right now it stands, Gannon Buhr is getting in bounds on hole 17, away from an opportunity for playing hole 18 for a par to win. Barring an ace, barring an eagle throw-in on 18, all Gannon has to do now is stick the island, and it's essentially his to lose.
And this is that situation that we were saying you would like to avoid because Gannon Buhr, if you're trying to chase him down, that right side of the green is where he's looking to go now. His lead is big enough that birdie is not in his mind here.
Slow down.
Ricky Wysocki goes out of bounds long, and the hot streak is coming to an end. Automatic instant retee. Coming in with a lot of angle. Gets the pace right. Always a scary play hitting the green with that much of an angle going down the hill.
You gotta take the pin on right here, right?
I'm with you.
Yeah. 30.
It's so scary, but you gotta take the pin on.
Put it inside 30.
It's a
Sit.
sit. Yes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and it looks closer from the 2.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how close it is. It's really about putting the pressure on Gannon.
Because at this point, Gannon's thinking, of course he did.
Definitely.
For sure.
You give that one to Anthony in your head. If you have a 3-shot lead on him, you're like,
This is
you
gonna
have
be
to
par.
play like that's
Yeah.
in. I would expect this to be outright, but we'll see how he's feeling here.
This is the shot that makes and breaks champions. He's just too good. He's just too good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He's not even that far from the pin.
No. I mean, obviously he's not about to lose his mind and go for it, but he could.
I mean, 2 on that 18 isn't the easiest hole to play for par. It's
No.
not the easiest hole. Is he trying to make this?
Why
Oh
are you
my
kidding me?
What are
gosh.
you doing? He's lost his mind.
What a lunatic.
That could have gone off the top so easy. And you
My goodness.
look at him; he's laughing about it now.
Oh, Rick.
Thanks to it
That's
stopping.
such a bad decision.
You have to re-putt that with a penalty if you go
Why
off the
did
top.
you run that putt? Okay, he gets away with it. But Anthony really needs to make this right now to put some pressure on Gannon.
Oh no!
Oh, that is a stab to the chest. Oh. I have no idea what Gannon was thinking there. Matt Schlabach, you need to be better. Yell at your player and tell him, lay up, lay up.
Put the putter upside down and slide it up to the pin.
Wow.
I mean, it just shows the confidence that this kid has.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
He hit the 60-footer 2 years ago. He's probably sitting there thinking, oh, this is nothing compared to what I made against
But he laid it up on 14. That's a way harder distance and putt and situation than 14.
Stroke and distance.
And it was the right decision there. That's as good of a drive as you can have because that's where he's throwing it to on purpose. And
well, this is huge, actually, here from Calvin because this is going to get him to 32.
13 under on the day.
Which means...
That's a course record.
Double bogey from Gannon, and he's in.
Playoff.
Yeah. So that's actually huge to put a little pressure because he's the closest now.
And I don't know if you guys remember last year, but Kyle Klein took a big one trying to secure the win. He had a very comfortable lead going into the final hole, but he took a big number trying to close this thing out. So anything possible.
Yeah. Oh, 1 inch from Anthony.
So a birdie for Anthony Barela on the final hole and a Gannon Bird double bogey, and we would have a 3-way playoff. But better than a double bogey for Gannon Burr, and he is going to be your champion.
How do you guys play it?
If you're Gannon, I think you're going probably short of that little flat thumbprint spot or right around it, right? You're not looking for much more.
Sending it?
I think you get to the top of the hill.
I don't think so. I don't think you're sending. I mean, I guess for single bogey, you could defend that idea of playing aggressive and missing long, if anything. Because you go OB, that's single bogey. But I would not expect that. I would think he's got to go conservative drive, smooth little turnover up to the top, somewhere where you can see the pin.
Anthony keeps the forehand drive low to skip up the hill.
Oh, okay. Good no skip left. Or slide, I should say.
Once again, I know we've said it a bunch this week. Incredible week for Väinö.
Yes.
Super pumped for him. Best of luck to him next week at the Pro Tour Championship.
I mean, this has to be his best major finish of his career, right?
Gotta be close.
I don't think I'm forgetting anything.
He's had top 10s before, for sure.
I think for sure.
Oh, this is high. There you go. Perfect. Putter. Done. He, with his jump putting skills, he could go jump putt to the corner, slide it underneath, game over.
I think he could jump putt to the pin if he wanted to.
Yeah.
And it will be another top 5 finish for Ricky, more than likely, at the USDGC. When will his day come here in Rock Hill, South Carolina? It won't come in 2024, but another great performance. I know. Does this come back in? Oh, it deflects. Rock Hill gives and Rock Hill takes, but this time it sends him back in bounds.
Yeah, that is great.
Layup away from a nice 5th place finish right there.
Wow.
And you know, one of the things about Väinö that I think is important is Ricky.
Oh, look at this thing slide. It doesn't.
Is, you know, Niklas is having just a couple years of the best anybody has played, really, from Finland. And Väinö's been that guy before that. And so it's got to feel nice to finally show, like, no, I'm still one of the best.
Well, another thing, as Gannon throws the all-important second shot safe, and that is just, that's it. That seals it. There
that's
is
aggressive.
Your 2-time champion.
A little bit. I mean, he's not playing with the hyzer energy to get down there, but he threw it pretty hard. I mean, he certainly can see the pin from there.
Hats off to the country of Finland and the disc golfers that they are producing, because that is going to be 3 players in the top 10 here at the USDGC.
This is Anthony for second place.
Yes. Parked.
Tied. Can get into a tie with Calvin Heimberg. We've never seen anybody quite like this Gannon Buhr.
No. We've seen some people in their 20s that are like hitting their stride and being like, man, this guy's going to be good for a while. But we had never seen anything like this at the age of 19. No. 3-time major champion, 2-time U.S. champion, player of the year, highest rated player in the world, #1 ranked player.
He's such a young man at 19. But he's old in the game already because of the big spots that he's put himself in.
Solo 4th place for Ricky with that putt.
Well done. Great charge on the back line. And
there it is. Come on.
And having fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he's still 6 years away from being able to rent a car. So there's that.
And, you know, hats off to Anthony. Another great charge. Here's the thing. He keeps putting himself in the lead going in the final round. He's going to get one.
Oh, yes.
He's going to get one.
He'll get many.
And everybody knows it. But today is Gannon Buhr's day.
Wow.
Everybody dreams of having this exact camera angle with the reflection of the water in the back and you pumping your fists in the sky. Well deserved.
$30,000 winning share for Gannon Buhr.
Oh my goodness.
Good job.
Kind of just feels unbelievable. 2-time is crazy. I guess winning at this course twice is something that I'll, remember forever. I, for some reason, just was not nervous at all, really. Nowhere near the extent that I have in the past. I think once I got ahead and got that lead, and I was able to keep that through the rest of the tournament, I felt pretty good. There's obviously still a couple shots you have to execute, like hole 10, 12, 13. I think it was my first time ever birdieing that hole. So I think that was kind of the dagger for me. I could have never imagined 8 wins and 2 majors in one season. Just absolutely crazy. I don't know the payouts exactly yet, but I think first or second would get me over 200K, and I think that record's gonna hold a long time. It's a lot of Lego sets. I just love disc golf so much. I have such a good time playing, and all the friends that I have on the road and all the fans that come out to these events really make the event amazing. And I just want to thank everyone that came today.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember when the cash record was set at like 68,000, and I was just thinking that is $1 million in disc golf currency. And this dude is a top 2 finish from 200K in a very short period of time between those 2 marks. It's pretty remarkable to see.
Congratulations to Gannon Buhr. I mean, the guy, in my opinion, is just shockingly humble, considering he's 19 and #1 at everything. He's like grounded and willing to admit that he's nervous and willing to expose like, yeah, man, I was so scared on that putt. He's not trying to be a tough guy. He's just making every shot, making the right play. And the fact that he said he wasn't even nervous, I mean, look out world.
Yeah.
The vulnerability is giving him strength, and his powers of controlling the disc are giving me inspiration to just be a part of this and watch this kid continue to turn into one of the greats in our sports history.
Yeah, I mean, watching him, the camaraderie between him and Anthony, he wants those guys to do good, but you can tell that he's like, it doesn't matter what you do, because I'm going to throw perfect shot after perfect shot, and I'm going to make almost every single putt, and you won't be able to beat me.
Once again, thank you all for tuning in and watching this year's USDGC. If you can help out anyway in the Asheville relief funds, the Western North Carolina, please look into it. So many people have been devastated. We appreciate you. We got one more event coming up next week, the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships, and then we're going to take a break for a little while. Thanks for watching.
I'm donating my USDGC payout.
Oh, Nate, that's awesome, dude. We'll see y'all next week.